Quick turnaround, but feeling good.
You said you surprised yourself last night with that dunk. Have you heard from your teammates about it?
Yeah, it's funny the type of player that I am. It seems like it gets these guys going a little more when I jump up there to dunk. So yeah, they seemed excited about it, and watching it back on film was funny, but it's a contagious energy. So.
Yeah, a lot of the guys were interviewed earlier this year, I think going into the ACC tournament maybe, and asked who brings the most energy on game day, and they said it was you.
Yeah.
Yeah, where does that come from, and what does that mean? I mean, how much of your role is that on this team?
Yeah, it's a lot of it. I came in, actually starts last year when I came in. I was one of the older guys, although I hadn't been in this program. I played a lot of college basketball, and we were in the locker room for the first game, and I realized quickly just how quiet it was in the locker room. And I had never really been a part of as quiet a locker room, but I hadn't realized it's because we have like 10 freshmen in the room right now. They have no idea what to expect. So
that was last year.
Yes, and then from then on, I just became one of the louder guys, and I'd always been, and realized that it was going to be something that a part of my role that was going to be important. But in terms of just being like a crazy energy guy before games started, somebody has to do it, and I realized that was something I could do to help these guys get going in the moment, and so it's carried on ever since then. And this year, it's something I take pride in as well.
You're in Northwestern for 4 years.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, your identity was a Northwestern basketball player before you got to Duke. Was it pretty quick where you kind of became a Duke basketball player, I guess? That might be an odd question, but from the outside, it feels like there's like an identity of being a brother.
Yeah.
Did you feel like that happened for you right away? Or?
I think so. It's definitely a weird transition, especially just because, I spent 4 years at Northwestern, graduated from there, was there with my core group for so long, loved my experience. And it was just such a fun, thing to be a part of for 4 years, and I loved it. So it was definitely kind of weird to make that transition. But yeah, I remember my first experience being K Academy at Duke. Came even before I had graduated from Northwestern because we went so late, and we were on the court system at Northwestern. So I think I left K Academy a day early to be able to get back and study for a final. But I remember that experience. I remember, like you said, going into it, it's definitely weird. It's not an easy thing to transfer schools, and it feels even weirder after you graduate and spend 4 years somewhere. So I remember being a little nervous about that, what it's going to feel like, and then getting there for K Academy, it all went away very quickly. It's an easy transition, and you see on that level the K Academy specifically, the brotherhood is in full effect there, and it's just so welcoming and fun to be a part of.
This tournament is known for making maybe less famous people become famous in the moment. Do you feel like that was last night? Do you feel like you kind of
I guess after the game, I realized that a lot of notifications, a lot of texts. I got like 25 LinkedIn connection notifications, which was funny. So my phone was blowing up, but I guess during the moment I hadn't really realized that. I was just trying to stay locked in with the game and get a win.
LinkedIn notifications. Companies wanting to hire you when you graduate?
I haven't looked through them all. I think a lot of them are just Duke students or people that watch the game. But that's what I had. A couple friends ask me, like, did you get a bunch of texts? Did you get a bunch of follows or whatever? And I realized I had more LinkedIn notifications than I ever had. So I'm sure people are noticing I'm in my 6th year and getting a master's. Just too funny.
Could pay off, man. I mean, life after basketball is never guaranteed. I mean, that could be good stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I'm not taking it for granted. It was just it was a funny thing to see and tell my buddies who were asking about how many followers and whatnot. So.